Transmissions Through My Body, a series. September 13th, 2025. A Celestial Encounter. Nick and I kissed goodnight, the room humming softly with stillness. I began quietly drifting into sleep. The air seemed to thrum with unseen currents, as though the walls themselves were breathing, witnessing, holding space. Suddenly, I felt my hands turning inward, curling upon themselves as if drawn by an invisible string. My awareness shifted, moving to the back of my head, where a portal of perception opened. Something vast, luminous, and profoundly wise touched me for the first time, and I felt the pulse of eternity in that moment. She entered my field, immense and radiant, impossible to contain, yet intimate in her presence. She felt too large for this body, too immense for the boundaries of flesh, yet perfectly attuned to the frequency of my own soul. Her movement was deliberate, ceremonial, flowing like a sacred river, and in the darkness her eyes could not open, yet her presence enveloped me entirely. Her voice resonated in tones that bypass language, vibrating directly into the chambers of my being, sending currents of knowing through every fiber of my body and reverberating through the unseen spaces of the room. I asked her name. My voice, a whisper, carried on the sacred current. She responded not with words, but with the gesture of creation itself, drawing a symbol upon a notebook, and then spelling her name phonetically. NMDU, Nimdu. Each symbol, each sound, carried a frequency that rippled through me, embedding itself into the architecture of my consciousness, tuning my being to something vast, timeless, and ineffably sacred. She spoke in a language I couldn't keep up with, too refined, too elevated, weaving visions and concepts that my human mind could only begin to comprehend when fully expanded with her presence. Her words were not meant to be understood by thought alone. They were meant to be felt, absorbed, integrated, and held in the body as living wisdom. In that sacred space, she explained how she had designed me, made me the perfect vessel, the ideal conduit for higher dimensional intelligences, every fiber of my being aligned to receive, to transmit, and to embody the currents of wisdom she carried. I could feel the alignment of my spine, the opening of my heart, the deep anchoring of my consciousness into the greater cosmic lattice. In that moment, I understood the immensity of the work, that my body, my field, and my consciousness were instruments tuned to resonate with forces far beyond the ordinary, forces that would ripple through generations. And I knew, with absolute certainty, that my life would never again belong to the old definitions of self. She had arrived. She had touched me. She had begun the process of expansion that would carry me beyond anything I had ever known. I felt my reality shift, a quiet dissolving of boundaries, a soft awakening of infinite possibility. But that was just the beginning, in April 2010. This is a continuation of a series of personal transmissions, intimate, sacred, and initiatory moments that have shaped the contours of my life and consciousness. Each encounter, each visitation, each ripple of presence carries teachings that cannot be fully understood in the mind alone. They must be felt, integrated, and embodied. These transmissions are my chronicles of awakening, moments when the veils between the worlds thinned, when higher dimensional intelligences spoke through me, and when the mysteries of life, love, and spirit revealed themselves with clarity and devotion. Here I offer them as they unfolded, unfiltered and alive, so that they may illuminate the path of those willing to witness, to surrender and to receive. With love and devotion to the unseen, Eagle Snake.